I'm Vince. Hi, everyone. I'm Vince.
And I'm Emily.
And you're listening to the Lighthouse Lowdown.
It's not playing.
That slider?
Oh.
Right slider? No, right slider.
Oh.
Yeah. Do it again. You want to do it again?
Oh,
Do you want to do it again?
you don't like to keep in our technical difficulties. I love to keep them in.
Well, welcome to the show, everybody. Episode 61.
It was our first time changing out the SD card, so
That's right.
we had to get back on track, and now we're here.
It's kind of sad that 2 years plus of recording is oh no, it's going to be a good day, is less than a quarter of a terabyte. So I don't know if anyone knows what that means.
Sad as in like...
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, true.
And it's not that much data, I guess.
Uh-huh. Like a piece of confetti.
Like a fingernail of data. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us. Welcome to episode 61. And I think this is the most well-timed episode of mine so far that I've recorded for the time of year. You're going to see.
Oh, shit.
Do you know what we're talking about yet?
No. How can I know?
Look at the screen.
Look at this. Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey.
The 25th anniversary is this year, 2024.
For what?
So it started in 99, and we're going to talk about what the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey is. I'm surprised you don't know.
That's pretty. Is that Hisita?
I don't know which one that is.
Okay.
That's funny. I didn't even think about it.
But New Jersey, I don't think is Hisita.
No. Hisita's over on the West Coast. Isn't that Portland?
Oregon?
Or not Portland. Oregon, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm all over the place.
No, that's okay. I don't know what lighthouse that is, and I will try to figure it out. Maybe I'll label it on screen now, if I can find it. If
We're
not,
sitting here both staring at the screen expectantly.
everyone's rolling their eyes like, I have to go to YouTube now. Anyways, so this is episode 61. I think I'm going to jump right into our buoy, though, before we go back to the episode. I like buoys, and my buoy is early on. So.
Oh, it's another patent.
It's another patent. Love patents.
Excited for that.
So, no. Okay. First, what is the Lighthouse Challenge? So,
okay, I would like to know.
I'm going to read their description from the website, which we'll explore today.
Yeah. So
the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey is an annual event that takes place in the third weekend of October each year.
Okay.
Third weekend.
So we're almost there.
The challenge is to visit, hear me, 11 lighthouse sites, 3 life-saving stations, and 1 museum over a 2-day weekend.
We would absolutely make it.
We could do it.
If anybody listened to our Cape Cod episode, we would absolutely make it.
Yes. And we'll talk about it.
We'd be overnighting. We would be.
I drew up some maps.
Oh, this is.
Just in case.
You're going to make me. Here's the problem. You know me. You're going to make me want to do this.
Well, we have a whole lighthouse tourism segment, I guess, that's going to be starting as we go on these trips.
What are the days? October 19?
The third weekend. Let me pull it up on my little computer.
Spooky.
That would be the 19th, 20th. Unfortunately, we are busy this year playing in the Trick or Treat Scramble at Minor Park and potentially hosting a party.
Golfing it up.
Golf and party.
But
party
you know,
and
I want
golf.
to get our hopes up because this is the third year now I've tried. Third time's the charm, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe I've tried for 3 years to be in the scramble, and each year something has happened.
Something has happened.
Like,
you've been busy.
Broken.
Or your leg was broken.
Oh yeah, and then I had to travel, and it got pushed back a weekend.
Yeah. What was that one?
I can't remember.
In any case, so we'll tell everybody the Minor Park it's a golf course near where we live. Trick or Treat Scramble. So every year they do this fun golf tournament where it is competitive, but not really. Everyone wears like fun outfits and costumes, but it's obviously right before Halloween, and it's Halloween themed. They decorate the course. You hit a tee shot off of a hay bale you're sitting on. Each
hole is a trick or a treat.
Right. They all have something fun. So we love golf, especially when it's goofy. So
Yeah, we do.
That's what we'll be doing this weekend. But you could be participating in the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey, 25th year.
I'm jealous.
So the challenge route covers the Atlantic coast from Sandy Hook to Cape May. I should go top to bottom. Sandy Hook to Cape May.
Oh.
And the Delaware Bay and River Coast from Cape May to Paulsboro.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's New Jersey, that shape.
Okay.
Rehoboth Beach, where you were recently, is right across from Cape May.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see that on the map.
I wanted to take a little water tour.
A little water taxi.
Over to the other side, yeah. But I was there for a very limited amount of time, so I had to pick and choose.
Yep.
Which is true for this as well. So.
Yeah, the thing they say on the site. So take the challenge and learn more about these historic treasures of New Jersey. A small registration fee enables you to collect a souvenir from each site. Please join us for a fun family weekend and explore our website for more information.
New Jersey is pretty small, right?
Yes.
The coastline's not crazy.
It's not crazy. It is ambitious.
Do you have like miles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mapped it. I mapped it. I spreadsheeted it. I got all engineer up in there.
Yeah. Speaking of spreadsheets, this is just a little side note. That this continues in real life too, where I just bought a truck and Vince sent me a spreadsheet to use to track how much gas I put in. It's so funny. All right, continue.
Track your gas, track your maintenance and service intervals. So it'll tell you based on when you input your gas and the mileage your vehicle is at, when to change your oil and do your rear differential and rotate your tires, all those fun things.
So that every time you ask me, you need to change your oil? I'm like, I don't know. When was the last time you did it? I don't know.
She has no idea. I have all the history on my cars.
I'm just a girl.
Oh my gosh. So I've already blown my buoy, but here we are back into it.
Okay, yeah.
So
to all whom.
Yeah, read some of that. You got it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I already butchered.
Just get us started.
Sentence. To all whom it may concern, be it known that I, Celadon El Dabol, that's
I know, it's a hell of a name,
of New London in the state of Connecticut, have invented a new and improved mode of making signals by sound, which I term fog alarms.
In quotes. So this is interesting, and this is just the top of the patent. So I wanted to show it. Obviously, it's the title, it's the patent number, and it's stated 1860, which I think is fascinating.
Yeah.
So this is one of the oldest on United States Lighthouse Society, USLHS, on their site. This is one of the oldest ones I could find, and I picked it because, for one, I understood it more or less. There's some I don't understand on there, to be honest with you. And two, I don't know. It seems like it was important. I think all these patents were important. Otherwise, they wouldn't be documented.
Of course. But
I don't know. I've seen some of this technology in other things, and I wonder if this is the founding of the technology or incorporation. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, because did this fog alarm come before like a fog horn or come before a fog bell?
No. So they had fog bells. There were already fog alarms, fog horns, and fog bells at this time. This is a way to automate and diversify the sound to make different sounds and to project the sound in a better way, at least in an improved way. I don't know.
Fashion. Better,
improved. And I'll tell you, well, let's talk about it. And then I have a paragraph written on my screen that says what makes the patent unique. Because every patent has to be unique in its use of something.
Mm-hmm.
We studied patents in school just a little bit. So you can't just take, I can't patent something that everyone says or copyright something everyone says or patent something that people already have.
They did recently. The demure thing.
That's ridiculous.
The person who came up with it,
the sound,
the viral who went
sound.
Viral. Yeah, they went to they went to copyright, I guess, trademark the demure
to make money
thing,
off it.
And someone already did it. Like they took too long, and
there's someone doing that full time.
It's devastating because the amount of money you can make off of that when it's trending is insane, and they just don't get it. They just don't get to have it because someone else was like, let me just sneak in here and grab it, even though they have nothing to do with. Like, how do you prove you don't?
That's one of the reasons I don't really want us to be on TikTok as a creator. Is TikTok is like the biggest thing for youth right now, and I say that because we're middle age according to the people on TikTok.
I still don't have it.
Well, I have it, but the point I'm just saying is people, they take your sound, or they can clip your content and rebrand it as their own, or put a voiceover, whatever. And like on YouTube, we can also do that. I allow that on YouTube. If people want to take clips from our show, they're welcome to do so.
Yeah.
But I just feel that the YouTube community, there's more effort that would go into that versus like, ooh, I'm already on my phone. Let me just click this and I'm going to say my opinion now and like disagree with the Lighthouse Lowdown.
Or like that trend that's like kind of dying out now, but it's like a split screen where they just sit there.
Yeah, they just sit there
while another video plays and they act like.
Yeah, I don't.
Sometimes they don't even nod along. Or it's like, sometimes I block out their face because I can't handle the ick of watching them pretend to react to stuff.
It's silly. It really, it doesn't add anything.
Deep into online trends, but.
Here we are. Okay. Very demure. Very cutesy.
Ugh.
So I'm going to go to another slide. And this is the diagram that's shown on, there's only a couple pages to the patent, but on the diagram area. And all of these are labeled with letters. And this diagram shows the whole assembly together. So I've gone through the thing on the right, the T stands for trumpet.
Okay.
So I went ahead and labeled everything.
Look at you. Why are there so many trumpets? Oh.
Everything is a trumpet.
Okay, our podcast listeners can't see this funny thing.
So I labeled the diagram all, let's say 20 pieces, all with the word trumpet. So now I'll go to the real one.
I saw 2 trumpets and I was like,
why are there so many?
You named trumpet twice.
So now on this one, which is actually properly named, there are still 2 trumpets. So the big T on the right is a trumpet. And then on the bottom, it's a zoomed in view to show a trumpet and a reed, which makes noise, like a buzzing sound to play a trumpet. You buzz your lips, or a reed can play.
Oh, it made my lips tickle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry for the headphone users out there.
It's kind of cute. It sounded like a foghorn.
No. Nice.
I can't wait to listen to that back. I'm excited for that.
So I played trumpet growing up, for those folks who care.
Well, you executed it perfectly. So.
Thank you. My sister would be proud. She's a professor of trumpet. So there's a lot to talk about here, but the whole assembly we're looking at on the screen is a mechanism that's put together to do a couple things. It compresses air, like just ambient air.
Okay.
And into a chamber. They called it I called it compressed air tank on here, but it's like a air storage box is what they named. They didn't really have like tanks common out at that time, at least compressed gas
just
tanks.
A box of metal.
So I'll talk through the process, but compressed air is stored, and then a gear rotates. See the ratchet and the cam on the left?
Yeah.
And so as those spin, they actuate this stem and spring. So that goes back and forth. And that opens and closes an air valve, which obviously releases compressed air into a tube and then the trumpet.
Okay.
So by mechanical means, you can be building up air pressure, and then by the shape of the cam, you can machine and carve and shape different cams. It will make different intervals of sound as it spins.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
So by the speed of the rotation, the shape of the cam, you can build in articulation through just a spinning gear, which is really neat. I went way down a rabbit hole, and I won't take you all the way, but just to the entrance.
Okay.
So all of this work goes into the machine at point P, which is the shaft of an air pump right in the middle. And so the shaft needs to be driven by some mechanical means. Could be a boiler, could be animals, could be by hand, but that compresses the air and also spins the mechanism.
Okay.
So it's like a little bit like clockwork. So there's something called a hot air engine, which is like a small tabletop cylinder that goes back and forth. That uses a heat source like oil, and it's a whole thing. I was really interested in it because I studied a little bit of thermodynamics in college, and it doesn't seem to make sense. but I figured out what it is. It's a Stirling cycle engine, if anyone's a nerd out there like myself. And they've been around for a long time. Apparently, they're tiny motors, less than 1 horsepower, and they were used to like run popcorn machines and spinning assembly. Like they were often like kind of funsy things. But the guy who wrote this patent actually called it out. He said a hot air engine would be ideal for this purpose.
Wow.
I think he knows more than I do, but I'm not sure if that would have worked because they make so little power.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I think this actual innovation worked. I think the hot air engine was like me saying, you got a brand new car and it could use electric motor or a diesel or a gas. Like the source of power doesn't matter in the chassis of the thing. So compresses air, spins, plays a trumpet sound. And he was saying that you could have multiple trumpets for different pitches. You could direct the sound on where the trumpet is located. Mm-hmm. Because it's compressed air and not steam. A lot of the steam whistles and foghorns at the time were run by steam. They would have condensate problems, which today we know how to deal with as engineers. At the time, they hadn't perfected all the manufacturing and processes controls that we have now. So steam would often build up condensate in a long tube. So if you wanted to have your trumpet or your horn out somewhere away from your boiler, it was a problem. It had to be right at the boiler. Otherwise, you'd have the condensate would block the line, and it would get jammed. It would make the sound. You'd have to have someone working on it all the time. So
this was a solution.
Yeah, having dry air allowed them to put the trumpet anywhere, basically. Nice. And then he showed an alternative on top. In case you don't want a trumpet, you can still use a whistle, which is shown as that W on top. So kind of cool. But so I'm going to read the things that make this unique. What I claim as new and desire to secure by a letter patent is, there's 4 items. 1, the general method substantially as herein set forth, by which air has been mechanically condensed, shall be applied to the sounding of a trumpet or a whistle for the purpose of giving marine signals by sound. 2, the use of the cam C when used for purpose of communicating a series of signals more intelligible than the mere independent sounds substantially as set forth.
What is happening?
He's saying you can do patterns.
Yeah. But what is with the way people used to write? That could have been like
he spent forever
10
on this.
words, yeah.
With a quill, like and a lamplight.
Henceforth. It's like, no. There's no need for a henceforth.
3, the combination of the cam C, the stem D, and the valve E for the purpose of giving a variety of sounds of a trumpet or whistle for the purposes and in the manner above described. He's saying the same thing. 4, the trumpet T in combination with the reservoir R in connecting pipe L when used for the purpose herein set forth. Salion el Dabol. There are 2 witnesses listed. Anyways.
Do you know if this was used at any lighthouses?
That would be a great thing for me to know. I feel like it must have been.
Yeah. I feel like everything's, there's the steadfast ways that things were done, but that doesn't mean that all lighthouses everywhere, like the ones with spotlights on them, were probably using the tried and true, foghorns and fog whistles and stuff. But what about smaller lighthouses? Maybe they gave it a shot.
Given the military-esque nature and history of running lighthouses, I feel like being creative is not really the thing to do. You want to be consistent. You want to know the process,
Yeah, that's true.
There was, I actually don't know where I saw this or heard this, but there's no excuse for a lighthouse keeper to not be familiar with the way the lighthouse operates. Where did I see this? It might have been in my reading for this episode. Like it is no excuse. They were encouraging, if there's ever a mechanic that visits or an engineer that comes to do a project or improvements or whatever, the lighthouse keeper was encouraged to ask questions nonstop.
Yeah.
And they use their own words for that. But it was, if something goes wrong and you can't fix it or you don't know what's going on, you can't raise your hands and go, the engineer installed some fancy shaft air pump down there and I don't know what the hell that is. It just, that doesn't fly.
Keepers are the first line of defense for the lighthouse in every single aspect. So they got to be well versed in everything.
I just feel like it's a different attitude than today. Like a lot of things now are just, well, I don't know. That's not my job.
Yeah.
So I hate to say, I really don't know where this was used. I do feel it was used because it's pretty intricate, but it seems practical the way it's described. So
Yeah.
and it's patented, so there must have been some utility.
Yeah.
So yeah. Any questions on our buoy for the day?
No.
All right. We're back to the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey.
Yes.
So this is the 25th year. So they must have started in 1999, which kind of blows my mind. I feel like that's ahead of the big wave of lighthouse tourism.
Yeah, that's like around the time where lighthouses were pretty dilapidated. Maybe that was the point, was to bring people to areas that needed some renovations.
I don't have a strong correlation, but there's some, like when we talked about, and we're going to see New Jersey, obviously, so we're going to be in the area, but Absecon Light in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
We talked about how it's kind of gone through some booms and busts as far as having funding and being in good shape, at least from the outside. I think that's true of a lot of lighthouses, especially in the U.S., and it follows economic trends. So this is Y2K was 99. I think that was a smaller impact, but then there's 2008, big economic crash. And then unfortunately, 2019 was COVID kickoff. So
yeah,
I'm hoping, hope is keeping me alive, that everything's on the way up. So we just getting interested in lighthouses in the last couple of years and starting to talk about them
people
can be
have
a part of it.
The money and the means to travel and see things.
Yeah, if you don't have money to pay the bills, you're not going to go tourism activities.
Yeah.
But, so it's cool though. I mean, it's 25 years is a while to be doing this. So this is this year's souvenir is a blue and silver booklet. It contains a brief history of each site. I want one, including how many years it's been in operation, as well as a brief history of the challenge itself.
It's gonna be a fat pamphlet, or you get one at each location. It's a little booklet.
There's just one. So this is, in a way, it's a lighthouse passport.
Yeah.
So obviously you can take your lighthouse passport from the USLHS to this challenge and you get stamps. But also this has its own sticker system. So
stickers.
Indeed. At each stop, you'll collect a silver embossed sticker.
Whoa.
To place it on the page of each site, that's cool to me. It's simple, but it's cool.
It's fancy.
You receive your booklet when you register. So you can register at any of the stops, funny enough, and you'll receive your silver sticker for any given stop at that stop.
Wait, what?
So the first one you go to, whatever order you go to them in, I think there's a best order, but if you happen to go to one and you're going to do as many as you can, they should all have this material for you.
Okay.
So you collect all the stickers. You'll be given a completion sticker for your book, and you'll be entered in the drawing for our 3 prize baskets.
Is it bigger than the normal stickers? That's what I want to know.
I couldn't find any images. I think they actually make new stickers.
Okay, that would make sense. You wouldn't want people to just you can't print them off because they're silver embossed.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Yeah, and they're, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty straightforward, but I think it's a nice idea, especially for people who don't have a USLHS passport system.
Yeah, I love this idea.
Still do your own thing. And you're entered to win one of the 3 prize baskets. I don't remember if I go over what those are or not. And
this is... At the end of October is when people kind of stop.
Close of the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where technically we're past the end of the season, where a lot of lighthouses cut their hours and it's less
holidays,
visiting times. But October is when it really hits because it starts to get cold. Anywhere coastline or on the lake that's cold, it's really cold. It's not like Kansas cold in October. We'll still have a party that's slightly outdoors.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the time of year you could go out to Hawaii, or you could go to the Bahamas, see Toby Smith and his lighthouse. Mm-hmm. There's lots of options. Just cold time of year.
Opportunities are endless.
So, this is an image actually from the Lighthouse Challenge website. So someone, I think, recently put this together.
Whoa, that's a lot more than I thought.
It is a lot. It's going on, and it's a lot of area. So the way that so Sandy Hook is up north. I believe it's one of these 2.
I saw one of these.
Which one?
Finn's Point.
Down here?
Finn's Point Light. Yeah, the one that's just south of Wilmington.
Oh, up here.
Yep.
It's near the airport for Philadelphia.
near is a relative term
Well,
when traffic is so crazy.
This one, which I can't remember we'll look at it. I can't remember which one this is.
I know which one it is. The last one.
Tinicum?
Yes.
Tinicum?
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm guessing it's Tinicum, but Tinicum.
Tinycum.
Tinycum Light. All right.
I couldn't go to that one, but I did see it from the Philadelphia airport while I was on one of those walking treadmill things that make you walk faster. Yeah, I saw
remember
it
that.
from afar. There, it's a skeleton light. It looks very similar to Finn's Point.
So, it is Tinicum or Tinicum. I'm just reading it on screen. I'm not reading the actual.
We don't have to go too deep. Some of these I'd like to cover anyway.
And we will. For the moment, I had to make, as you saw just on the last screen, 2 maps because there are so many locations. You can only put in 10 of them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've faced that problem a couple times. Google Maps, you can do better. But so I made the assumption, I was just kind of playing around. Maybe somebody can weigh in and see if there's a better way if we were to do this in the future. But I was thinking for flights, because we live in Kansas City, we could fly into Philadelphia and fly back, but you'd have to start at Tinicum, go to the South Coast, and then up the East Coast. And then you kind of have I think it's 2.5 hours this drive back.
But don't you have to go all the way up to Sandy Hook?
Oh, you're right. It's up. This is the first 2 maps.
Okay.
I'll show the second map. But so I had 2 flights. One I just priced out. Right now it's September.
Priced out? Are you going to pitch this on our next vacation?
Well, it's all series, honey. So if we were to go, if we were to go round trip to Philadelphia, it's only $299 for flights.
Not bad. When you're not going last minute like I did, then the price is actually pretty reasonable.
1 month ahead. It's not bad. I mean, Philadelphia, I think, just has good prices in general.
Yeah.
Now, if you were to end up north in New York area and fly home, LaGuardia, I think is the airport I'm looking at. Up here. Newark, from Newark. Then that flight, I did a multi-city, so into Philadelphia, out of Newark, $686. So not the affordable way to go.
And my problem is that if we flew into New York, I would want to see a lot more lighthouses. Like we'd have to go to Montauk and not like Statue of Liberty. I just can't help it.
Give a mouse a cookie.
I want it all.
So Tinicum, Finn's Point is out west here. And you got East Point, Cape May. This is one of the museum locations. I can't remember which one that is.
Is it life savings?
Mm-hmm. There's a life saving station.
30.
Absecon. So you go out to, oh my gosh.
Atlantic City.
Thank you. Gosh. And then up the coast.
Oh, you just went by a bunch of golf courses.
I know. I looked at some of them.
Oh.
Don't worry. Barnegat. It's a cool spot. And then Squan Beach Life Saving Station. So there's a couple life saving stations. And as the entry said, it's not, I can't find my mouse. It's not, what is it, 15? Something like that. But there's like 13 actual places to stop.
Okay.
Because some of them are including both a museum or a life saving station and also
Twin Lights. Is that Navesink?
It sure is.
Okay, this would be, I would be so all over this.
The Seagirt Twin Lights. And then I wonder if this is the fastest route. It must be, this little interchange back to Philadelphia. So this
it takes you on like a full rectangle.
The whole border, really. And this, before I sound too stupid, is that accurate? Yeah, I think so. I think this is right.
Look for the tiny border lines. See,
I think it's at the river.
Oh yes, you're right. So we would be in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. Okay, sorry everybody. I'm from
we don't know.
the middle of here. Anyways, this is like a 2-hour drive just to get back to the airport. So and again, that's not a big deal. But if you're trying to do it in a weekend.
2 days.
Obviously.
Oh, it's 3 days?
2 days.
Like you can't go unless it's opening time on Saturday?
The challenge is between those hours. Let's see if I can see it.
It's a lot of gas.
Sites are open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. both days of the weekend.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday.
8 a.m. to 6 p.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you don't even really have a chance.
No, you do. People do it.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's 6 p.m. I would think they would just stay open until like 9. I don't know. I'm giving people too much leeway. They got to drive.
So
to survive.
It's for 2 days. The full driving time is 9 hours and 19 minutes. Ugh. 401 miles. That's the loop that I did.
Okay.
So but you don't have to get back to the airport.
Yes,
so.
that extra, there's 2 hours in there that's just, you could save it till Monday. Tunikum
is at the airport, basically. It's across the river.
Yeah.
So
it's not basically, it's like 45 minutes.
Across the river?
30 minutes. Traffic's crazy.
Well, I'm not from traffic.
You also have to pay to cross a bridge.
I know you looked into it.
No, I didn't look into it. I did it.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull up their website.
Ooh.
It's for reference. I can't read that. LighthouseChallengeNJ.com. So you can do this. It's a pretty good website, and I'm zoomed way out, I think.
I was going to say, why is it so tiny?
It's from my big TV. So this is the thing that I read earlier in 2 goes.
Yeah.
So 11 lighthouse sites, 3 life-saving stations, 1 museum over the 2-day weekend. I think I'm just going to show through this. I have some things to read, but these are all FAQs. I have up a real map. That's what I was referencing.
Uh-huh.
The sites. I didn't spend as much time as I could have on here because it's just all the research. Like this would get us started on any of our episodes.
Yeah.
So like I covered Absecon and Lighthouse, and this is a video I've already seen, and it's got a nice description, a brief history. I assume this is the type of thing you would see inside of the booklet.
Right. Just a little bit of coverage on each stop.
YouTube videos, which connects with me pretty well. And there's one that's not included in this that I'm shocked by.
What?
We'll get to it later. Hours and directions for all these sites. Also, I gotta say, downloadable directions, really well done. This is a very good website. I just saw
something about hours, or keep going up. Keep going. Okay, it says, please note, if you arrive at 5 minutes to 8 for a night climb, you won't have enough time.
Oh.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it says 6 p.m. or you can do a night climb 6 to 8 p.m. So you actually do have a chance until 8 p.m.
Well, night climb sites, which is not all of them.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
So those that are open at night climbs, which is not all of them.
Just trying to give a little bit of hope out there for people, slow drivers.
Yes. Family fun. I read this and it really made me smile. Like how to do it with kids and survive from a mom. And they talked about like counting the steps, give them a camera, like a disposable camera.
Unusual.
As you pull up to any lighthouse, like have them run the map and like see if they can spot it. It sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, keep them occupied.
Kids would really like this.
I can see how bored they would get in a car for that long.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
It's
2 days.
It's not an insane drive, but it's just like
one of them said have snacks for every stop.
Oh, like themed snacks?
Well, just snacks.
I would be all over themed snacks.
So you think you'd like to be a lighthouse keeper? Here's some of the rules they talked about. Kind of interesting. There's a bunch more, 74. It's just some that they highlighted. They have this booklet, which is a coloring book for kids.
Oh, cool.
Every lighthouse on here and museum as well. So this is Absecon, which I don't know if you recognize. That's beautifully done. Mm-hmm. They all have a little animal in front. So like there's some with a fox. There's some with look at it.
Oh,
little rabbit. Barnegat Light Museum. Just it's really lighthearted, and it's fun for, I assume, I don't have kids, fun for kids, and I feel like this would be something you could do as a family.
Yeah.
Dolphin on that one.
They would do it and they would like it.
I don't know who did this, but whoever did a great job. And it's available for free online. That's cool. Some horseshoe crabs. So
cute.
Eat and stay. Now I'm traveling. Let's go.
Stay overnight.
So I'll be honest with you. I got to be honest. I looked at just a couple. I just clicked through.
Oh, God, I thought you were going to say all of them.
No. Just a couple.
Because that would be like you.
I think the stay overnight is chosen by.
Ooh.
My voice is gone. I think the hotels and a lot of them are motels and whatnot. They're not the fanciest, which I wouldn't expect, of course. But a lot of them look kind of like the quality of place that we stayed in when we went to Cape Cod, which was an affordable option for going to a cool place.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably true. We probably have good relationships with the innkeepers and hotel owners. I mean, so depending on how you travel, depending on your budget, depending on what you're doing, that is what it is. Okay. That's a good thing to have as a resource. Now I looked at the eateries and I was excited.
Oh.
A lot of these places look so good.
Chubby Pickle.
Off the Hook. The Chubby Pickle. The Fishery. Navesink Fishery.
Salty Whale.
Shore Pour Coffee.
Any descriptive word followed by an animal is someplace I want to go. Sailing Cow.
The Sailing Cow was worth visiting.
Salty Whale.
The filling station. The Blue Pig. So these are fun, but a lot of them look really good. And again, they're not, I'm sure there's nicer options on here. A lot of them that I click through because I love restaurants. It's what I do when I travel is I eat like a crazy man.
We ate like crazy at Cape Cod.
They look really good and local. So Ocean City.
Lots of good suggestions.
Yeah. So whoever put this together, kudos to you. It's really well done. Then I don't know. I didn't go to this site, but it's a good one. It's resources. We last listed on here is our United States Lighthouse Society up in Washington. There's a National Lighthouse Museum. I clicked on this and learned. I did not know that. It opened not long ago, but it looks really cool. So we might talk about that in the future.
National Lighthouse Museum. That's pretty close to the Statue of Liberty, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wanted to go there.
Well, it's Staten Island is not.
Pull it up. I gotta see.
So this is Staten Island, and the Statue of Liberty is over here.
But it's at the tip, right?
This is Statue of Liberty.
I know the Lighthouse Museum's at the tip, St. George area.
Oh my gosh, you got it.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. How did you know that?
Because we had that 8-hour layover in New York, and I was trying to find what I wanted to do the most, and it was this museum.
Oh my gosh.
But we couldn't make it happen. I just knew it.
Well, I watched a couple things. One of the queens, I don't know which one, visited there. So there's a big press thing covering it. But they had
one
these
of the
little
queens.
They have a lighthouse full of lighthouses, like models.
Are these Harbor Lights brand or something?
I don't know.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
You believe people just live near here and they can just go anytime they want? They don't know how lucky they are.
At work today, just to contrast that, I was telling my coworkers about how to milk a cow, that all cows have horns, more or less, and the options to dehorn a cow
Look
and
at all the lights.
How much milk cows make. So it's crazy. And we know different things.
I don't know anything about cows, and I also live here.
Well. So anyways, this looks really neat. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Staten Island.
The ferry.
So let's go back.
Okay. So yeah, we got.
It's a very good. There's other Cape May, Ocean City Tourism, New Jersey Lighthouse Society. Didn't know that. It's in Navesink. So they do a good job. Whoever put this together, I don't know. It must be an organization called the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey. Maybe it's through New Jersey Lighthouse Society. I'm really not sure.
Yeah.
But it's a very good website. Some of the things.
It is nice, simple, easy to follow.
I don't really want to. The symbol's good. We're already seen it. What do I want to look at while I do some talking? So one of the things they said, backed by popular demand, are secret stamps. This year, there will be a secret stamp at 3 of the stops of the challenge.
What do you mean?
It will be unique to the 2024 challenge and only available during the challenge weekend. Make sure you ask the stops on the challenge if they have one of the secret stamps.
I love it.
Pretty cool.
What stamp? Like this is...
Don't know. Never seen one. They're very elusive. If anybody out there has an image of a secret stamp from the New Jersey Lighthouse Challenge.
Doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Secret stamp.
Let us know.
And it's nice because people would make a beeline for that specific location if they knew that they had a secret stamp.
Right. Most
so
valuable
you have
lighthouse.
to be doing the challenge in order to.
MVL.
Most valuable lighthouse.
That's right.
No such thing.
So there's a bunch of FAQ, frequently asked questions, that are on here. I'm going to read some of them, but if you want to, you can reach out to lhchallengenj@gmail.com if you have any questions. So when is the challenge? We talked about it's the third full week of October.
Uh-huh.
How do I register? How do you think you register?
Carrier pigeon.
Smoke signal. Telegram. Telegraph.
Foghorn and light characteristics.
No. There is no pre-registration.
Okay.
So
Trick question.
you register at the site where you start, and you can start at any of the sites. It takes a few minutes. They ask for your home state and how many are in your party, and then of course they'll collect your registration fee.
Of course.
I think it's what does it cost? Is the next question. I was gonna say I think it's $5.
It's $5.
The cost is $5 to register.
Spectacular.
For that, you get your souvenir holder, the booklet. The special stamps this year for the 25th challenge. There's no other cost unless you decide to climb the lighthouses. Some of them charge a fee. It said children 11 and under are free to climb with an adult.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good way to keep everybody together.
Yeah.
Safe and sound.
And a lot of times they just take donations, and people are generous if they've made it that far.
Yeah.
I also tend to buy at least one thing from each gift shop.
Everywhere we go.
If it's a pin or a patch or a book, I always buy a t-shirt. Oh, I just got reminded.
There was a cool t-shirt.
There was a cool t-shirt with the gay head Fresnel lens on it. Mm-hmm. And they had it on display in the
Gay Head Lighthouse.
No, the Martha's Vineyard museum. And I asked where they were keeping the shirts so I could buy one, and they were out. And I said, "Can I buy it off the mannequin?" And she said, "No."
Why not?
I don't know. I was like, "Really?"
I didn't know you asked that.
I did. I wanted it.
I can't believe they said no.
Me too. I thought for sure I could have it.
Wow. What color was it?
It's gray.
You love gray shirts.
Anyway, sorry for the tangent.
No, it's good.
But it is a good way to get money going. It's not an exclusive club where you don't have to pay a bunch of money up front, but just by having people there, they usually end up spending some money, and then that's just good news for the Lighthouse.
I mean, we talk about it all the time, but we just called in. We were some of the guests on the 40th anniversary of the USLHS.
Lighthouse Extravaganza Virtual.
Really well done. Jeremy d'Etremont runs it. He did a great job. So I was thinking about it. Remember how in Cape Cod, especially, we climbed lighthouses?
Yes.
And it was kind of hard for me as a full-size person to get in and out.
The tiny holes.
Yeah. So one of the questions, do I have to climb every lighthouse to complete the challenge? No, you do not.
It's got to be on the grounds.
You just have to visit the site.
Yeah.
So it's good for you if you manage to do it, is what they say, exclamation point. But you certainly don't have to climb them. And I think that can make it a lot faster. So like maybe if you're just going to spend a couple minutes at each place and it's a road trip, that's probably the fast way to do it. So
I would hate that.
Pick a favorite.
It doesn't have to be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, you don't have to run through it, but it is. I mean, the word challenge is right. It's a lot.
It is challenging.
So you can start. How to do the challenge is what I'm reading right now, and everything we talked about, the time and the locations. There are 14 stops, since one stop has 2 lighthouse sites.
This is the best.
I forgot which one.
Oh.
But you can. We'll find it in a minute. You can start and finish at any of the sites. So you plan your own route. There's a list of places they've shown us, in case you decide to stay.
Can we do this next year?
Maybe it will be in contention. There's several trips that are already on the list for our lighthouse tourism exploits.
I don't know of them.
The Pacific Northwest has 2 of them at least.
In October?
I don't know if we can afford to do.
Listen, flights are cheap. We're going to be driving. We can sleep in the car. No, I'm just kidding.
If anyone wants to sponsor us here at the Lighthouse Lowdown, we are young.
Let's do this.
that'd be great. We have no sponsors at this time.
We don't make money from this podcast.
I have no prospects. I'm 29.
We do this for the fun.
I'm not even 29 yet.
No, you're not. But you are tomorrow. Everyone say happy birthday, Vince.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Stop. Anyways, what happens if you complete the challenge? Your last stop, let them know that you've completed the challenge.
Oh, God. That would suck.
If they close and they're walking by you, fight them.
Actually tackle them to the ground.
No, don't do that. They'll check to see your stamps or your stickers, for visiting all the sites. And then you'll receive a completion sticker and your name will be entered into a drawing for a prize basket filled with Lighthouse goodies. There are 3 prizes with the grand prize worth more than $500.
Nice. So question that I don't know if you'll know the answer to. This pamphlet, does it have a spot for the sticker that's the exact shape of the sticker?
I don't know.
Because that would drive me crazy.
I was imagining that you're covering part of the image or part of the text with your sticker.
Oh, okay.
But it's up to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I envisioned like a grid board of empty sticker spots, and then you put the sticker in the spot once you get it. They
described each page as having an image and the history of the lighthouse you're visiting. So how many steps, the years.
I bet there's a little blank space at the bottom you put the sticker.
So I don't know for certain.
If you lost your pamphlet,
you have to re-register.
Oh no! Like, what if you're like driving and you're like, "Where's our pamphlet?" Oh my gosh!
You'd have to re-register.
You lose your stickers.
You have to call every lighthouse, get them to say, "Yeah, he was here."
Do you remember me?
He was tall.
Yeah, true. Blonde and tall.
Yeah. So, but a grand prize of worth more than $500.
That's pretty hefty.
It's pretty good. It's got to be a stay at a lighthouse, right? What else are they gonna?
I don't know.
It's like a pair of Bose headphones. Like they're not gonna,
Yeah, true. It would have to be nautical related, I would think.
I don't know. Maybe it's the ocean.
Or.
So.
Wait.
What?
Does it say how many people usually participate?
Nope. Didn't say. I don't know.
I want to know how likely I am to win these prizes. What's the percentage that I win?
Yeah, you could have good odds, honestly. So if you Google the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey, there's their site. Here's a what is it? Oh, there's a video someone made.
Oh, ooh.
What is the Lighthouse Doomsday List?
Oh no. Lighthouse Digest. I want to get that now that we've moved.
It's a list of endangered lighthouses compiled by the Lighthouse Digest. That's sad.
That is sad.
Don't call it that.
Ooh, what's the Lighthouse Doomsday List? Yeah. And then we're like, oh.
So we're off track here, but
sorry, I really got us off.
That might be a pamphlet book.
Wait. Scroll down. I think I saw right there.
Whoa.
Collection like
coin album.
Oh, okay. This is not the same.
Well, it might have been. It was the 20th anniversary, so that's in 2000.
Oh, pressed penny version.
I can't even.
Bro.
Okay, we're going to Facebook, everyone. Hold on. 2019.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that was cool.
That's so cool. Penny collector.
For those of you listening, it's a pressed penny, the coin collection book that they did for the 20th anniversary.
So instead of stickers, you press a coin at the location and get the coin.
Really cool.
Awesome.
And they still have it on Facebook as maybe it's year specific. Let's see. No, as the Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey. They were proud of that one.
Yeah.
Cool. This is so I hate to say it because I never find a good Facebook page.
We need to do the challenge just for the
swag.
For the merch.
So for those of you that are being dragged along just by listening, I'm sorry. We're exploring the Facebook page of Lighthouse Challenge of New Jersey and looking at their pictures. Looks like a lot of volunteers.
Can you go back? It says, my husband and I did this for the first time this year and had an awesome time. We were cheered on by several people as we were on a motorcycle, even in the rain. They invited a motorcycle group. That's awesome. Well, it's on my bucket list.
That's cool. I'm a big fan of this.
Easy bucket list item.
I was happy to find it. So back in our slides now, we're looking at the map again. What lighthouse is in this area that they did not include, and why? I don't know the answer to why yet. I got to be honest with you. You have any thoughts? We have covered it.
Okay.
In fact, I covered it, which cuts it down some.
No, I can't.
You ready for a hint?
Yes, please.
The name of a cow breed.
Oh, Hereford.
Yep.
Hereford Inlet.
Hereford Inlet
Why
Lighthouse.
not?
I don't know. Obviously, if you want to go learn about that, episode 57, July of 2024.
Are they doing a renovation right now?
It looks in great shape in the images that we saw.
I couldn't remember if you mentioned at the end that they were in the middle of some kind of restoration.
I don't. Maybe. I mean, that's so often.
Yeah, true.
Maybe it's a different ownership. Maybe it's not public. I actually can't remember, and I just covered it in July.
It's hard. We cover a lot of stuff.
So I would go listen to my own podcast. That's why that's why I record all this, is because I can't remember anything. But so Hereford Inlet Lighthouse, which I remember being fascinating. This is one of the images from that episode where the ground had all washed away, so they had to move the whole keeper house, which we've heard before, but it's always crazy.
A tale as old as time.
So there's some sources, and this was the Lighthouse Lowdown. What questions do you have?
No questions, but this is definitely something I want to be doing.
Yeah.
You're the one who put it on my radar, so you got to suffer the consequences.
I hate to say, like, New Jersey, I don't know of anything there. Now I do, but like, it's far away from my world. I haven't spent a lot of time in that part of the country. If you said, hey, let's go to New Jersey, I'd have no idea what we'd do, but now I know. Now I know what we'd do.
Now I know exactly what we would do. Only October, third weekend.
The third week. And of course, you can go to these lighthouses when they're in season other times. It's just not going to have the stamps and stickers.
The challenge is the allure of the whole thing.
I would like to do this. I think it's fun that it's a weekend. I mean, think about it from our case, where people are going to get used to me talking about lighthouse tourism. I think it's a big thing. It's very exciting to me for personal reasons. And it's also important for what we're talking about, which is preserving and being excited about lighthouses. Mm-hmm. But for us and others who may fly in and see an event like this, we don't have a lot of time off for vacation. But hey, it's 2 days. Like, if we can get one more day, or if we're really just drinking Red Bull, we could take no days off. And
no PTO.
Just fly there and fly back. Just backpack it. You know what I mean? Small bag. Yeah. You know, we're not spending time on the beach and all that, but it is October. So maybe the thing that you'd want to do is a road trip. Maybe that's the best October weather.
You wouldn't be like passing by all the beach and be like, I wish I was laying out there, because you wouldn't be.
Right. But yeah, some of the other trips that are just really tempting to me is up to the Pacific Northwest is really in my mind most, to the north coast of Washington. And then if we could poke across to Victoria, we'd go international. Yeah. Victoria Island. I had some family history up there. And then we looked at Oregon, the coast. What is the Cape Disappointment? Columbia River. So the Columbia River Bar and that whole area has a bunch of lighthouses and shipwrecks and life-saving museums. And it's also just really pretty. Those are 2 over there. Florida has some that I've looked at. Maine is a really big one that we've looked at.
I'd love to go to Maine.
Yeah. Talked to Jeremy about going up his way. So there's a lot. Bahamas. There's several in the Bahamas we've talked about.
Overseas stuff.
There's lots of overseas stuff.
Across the pond.
Yep. Lots of ponds.
Spain has a lot of good lighthouses.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to butcher it. Camino de Ferros, something like that, was one of my episodes. It's the hiking trail of lighthouses that ends at Finisterre. It's just the end of the earth. So very cool. Now I'm off track. But the point is, I love lighthouse tourism. This seems like a really fun trip. Good for them for putting it together and doing such a great website. And I think it looks like other people have done it and had a great time. So yeah, my pleasure to cover it.
On the list. Thank you.
Thank you all for listening. Find us anywhere that you podcast. Reach out to us on our website. Leave us a voicemail. Send us a message. I run the YouTube very poorly. So if you want to go make comments there, like, subscribe, that's all good news. The only other thing that I want to say is that we are working on hats. I can officially say we've started that. Now that summer is over entirely, I'm working on ball caps. So maybe in the springtime, you'll see ball caps either for sale or
we'll hand them out.
We'll hand them out. But
Vince had a good idea about patches.
Yeah.
Lighthouse specific patches to go on a Velcro, like on the hat. So
yeah, I'm trying to brainstorm if anybody's up on that, like a hat that we could have, or maybe two different cuts, men and women's typical styles, but have a logo of ours either off to the side or on the back or something. And then it'd be really fun, like to meet the people that are donating their time and helping us to see these lighthouses, and tell them about our podcast, because I can't help myself, but also give them a hat, that would have both the Lighthouse Lowdown as a call out, but also where they're working, where they're volunteering, a project they're on, for the main feature of that hat. I just think it'd be fun.
Interchangeable patches on the same hat.
Yeah.
So like, if you care about lots of lighthouses, you can have lots of patches.
That's right. Yeah, there's lots of like military style hats that do that. I have a couple of those. All right. Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
No.
Well, thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next time on the Lighthouse Lowdown.